Greetings, dear friends. Happy Monday to you. I trust you had a lovely, nurturing weekend and are all ready to step into this brand new week ahead. This is us with our usual Monday check-in and our inner compass forecast for the week ahead. This is the last full week of the month of August. And OMG, are we ever wrapping this month up with some very potent energy. So as the week starts, the moon is in the waxing gibbous phase. And this is all about, it's actually building momentum. You know, if you've watched these with me before, you know that we have been and are just about to step out of what's known as the eclipse window. It opened 2 weeks ago with the new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Leo, which was really encouraging us to come in to our own sense of courage, our own sense of connection, of authentic self, of soul connection. And then we have 2 weeks where we actually get to plant the seeds and be very intentional. So this week, this is us starting to really align with the truth of who we are, to find your right rhythm. And then, of course, with it being a full moon, this is a full moon's coming in on the 28th. And this is when that eclipse closes with that full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces. So why this is so important is a lunar eclipse is when the veil between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown, this world and the beyond, the veil thins. So it's very important, and this is a really good time to just calibrate to this. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to patterns or impulses or things that come to your awareness that you haven't really been thinking about. There could be messages from the unseen realms coming through to you. There could be loved ones who have passed over trying to go, psst, this is the way, or I need you to know this. So I really encourage you to pay attention to your dreams, to get good sleep, do really good self-care, but be very, I'm going to say methodical, but that's not really the word that I'm thinking of. It's about really allowing yourself to receive the answers that you've been maybe looking for, but receive them from here. This is not a time to go into the woulda, coulda, shoulda, or I gotta work this out, or I gotta be logical. No, this is a time to really lean into, to trust, to help you make the best use of this potent energy. The other thing too around a full moon, so we have that's what makes it so powerful. That moon, and it's in the sign of Pisces, so it's really asking us to get into that emotional intelligence that we actually all have access to. However, collectively, we haven't really been inspired to trust, to flow, to lean into what's there. So the other part of the full moon, of course, is nothing gets to hide. So that's why it's so important to watch your dreams, to maybe even before you go to bed, set an intention, maybe even write it out on a wee piece of paper. I'm open to receiving the guidance that's trying to get my attention. Or I'm open to receive the guidance or the messages that maybe I've missed because I've been too caught up in the woulda, coulda, shoulda, or I got to take care of this. So that's the potent energy that we're stepping into. If anything I say on these sessions confuse you, discombobulate you, or it's triggering something, let me know. My whole mission with these inner compass forecasts is to really help you drop into the wealth of knowledge that you have. You actually have it. We all have it. But we need to find our best way of receiving it, of calibrating to it. And so as we kind of come through this experience, one of my mentors talks about this is we're stepping up into a new life room, meaning there's a really strong sense of letting go, of thank you, gratitude. That chapter is over. I got all the blessings and the guidance and the wisdom from that, and now I've calibrated to the next best version of me. That's what we're all doing. We're all becoming, stepping up. So, talking about the letting go, let's start pulling some cards for this week's energy. So the first deck that I use is my letting go guidance system. So when I talk about letting go, I really mean that it's the recognition of that connection, that pattern, that paradigm, that belief. It's done. And we can say thanks. I've been doing it that way for all this time, but now I can let it go. Release and let go. So let's see what card's going to come up with this idea of what's that full moon going to shine on. Oh, this is a good one. It's struggle. Struggle. Isn't that perfect? Don't know if you can see that. Struggle. Where does struggle come up? Maybe struggle is simply not allowing yourself to just feel into the right rhythm or the guidance. Struggle can sometimes just be listening to the inner critic too much, or getting too caught up in, I have to be logical, I have to work this out, I have to explain how come I've arrived at this conclusion or this decision. Maybe that's all just struggle that doesn't need to be part of your experience any longer. So really encouraging you to watch your dialogue about yourself, to yourself. This is a very important part too, is when we're being inspired and conditioned and coaxed to really being who we truly are, authentically, unapologetically, authentically who we are. That means letting go of struggle, letting go of past versions of you. You see, past versions of you got you to where you are, but they don't have to always come forward. You know, if you liked a certain type of music in your 20s, doesn't mean that you have to listen to it now if it doesn't resonate, if it doesn't calibrate. So this is time to really, that's why I'm saying about watching how you talk to yourself about yourself, because we want to make sure that we are in complete alignment with our soul's essence, with our true core essence. Breathe into that. Take a nice deep breath. And now moving on with the cards, let's see what tarot card wants to come up to help us really embody, embrace, be with these potent energies. Oh, perfect. It's one of my favorite cards. I have multiple favorite cards in the tarot, but look, it's the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups, that is such a beautiful acknowledgement of coming from your heart. The Nine of Cups is so, it's like he recognizes that his cup runs over the more he shares from his own loving energy. The more love we put out into the world, the more we see, the more we receive. And it just becomes more and more up-leveled, and we make such a big difference by letting it ripple out, because we're being authentically who we are at the core, not buying into some other belief system or doing any kind of shoulds. Shoulds don't belong in here. So take a nice deep breath. Who are you at the core? And are you standing up? Are you opening the door to your own courageous, sovereign soul self? It's time. We need it. You need it. We all need it. And the more we do it for ourselves, the more we give everybody else around us permission, and it starts to ripple out. It's like the more you focus on you doing that, the more you see it all around you. So take a nice deep breath again. Now we're moving into the Healing with the Angels card. Let's see, I like to draw 3 of these cards to help us go even deeper. This is interesting. There's some cards in this deck just repeatedly come up when we do this. But the first one, this is body care. So that actually feels like it's connecting to what I just said about how do you speak to yourself about yourself. This physical body is our sacred vessel that we get to have this experience with. The more you look after your body and do sacred self-care, that actually helps you get in touch with and recognize your guardian angel's always there. So that's going back into that idea too of paying attention to your dreams, because maybe it's your loved one who's passed over, or maybe it's your guardian angel trying to say, hey, you are in the right place at the right time. Things are evolving in your best and right way. And be your own best friend. That was the one that I was kind of chuckling about, because that one seems to come up so much. So when we think about getting calibrated to and trusting and moving forward to the rhythm of our own drum, which is our heart space, to really listening to our inner compass, to going this way or this way, and always remember that if you make a decision and say, I'm going this way, and it starts to go a little bit trepidatious or a little bit wobbly, that's okay. You just learned something. You can change your mind. Every decision we make doesn't mean it's set in stone and it has to be this way because I said I was going to do it this way, so I have to. No, being your own best friend means I've got this, and if I have to take detours or pause for a moment, that's okay. This is what I'm talking about when I'm saying allow the guidance of your inner compass, but also find your right rhythm. Such a potent week ahead for us as we step out of this beautiful, auspicious month of August. And like I said, if I've triggered anything or you need a wee bit more support or guidance, just put it in the comments below or message me directly. So I'm just about to send you off into this beautiful week ahead, getting all ready for that full moon lunar eclipse in the sign of Pisces, nearing the end of the week. But this gives us really good time for the lead up to that. We get affected by those things usually 2 days before, but this one feels like it's already percolating in the background. So that's why it's so important to get in alignment with the truth of you now, because we're going to start building momentum as we step forward in this week. I trust that makes sense. Like I said, sending you off. Oh, this is a nice one. This is a nice one to remind you, I am effective. You are effective. Even if your head might say, yeah, but you didn't do this or you did do that, or breathe into this. Own this one. So let me read this out to you. I take divinely inspired action steps in the direction of my dreams. Choosing my best steps, I am effective at creating the success I desire and am capable of. That feels so beautifully aligned with this Pisces energy, with that getting in touch with our dreams and allowing that to inform our choices and our decisions and our direction. I trust this makes sense. I wish you a superb week. If you need any guidance or support from me, just let me know. Thank you for watching. Have a beautiful week. I'll be back again with you next week. Much love to you.